Water.
Earth.
Fire.
Air.
For the longest time, the four nations have lived together in harmony. Under the wise leadership of Avatar Roku, the world has experienced an era of peace and prosperity unlike any other. But with the recent death of Avatar Roku after his volcanic island erupted, members of all four nations feel the winds and tides of change. With the search for the new Avatar only just beginning, the world seems poised on the brink of conflict. But without the Avatar, who will save the world?
My name is Bree, also known as PrettiPixel, and I am playing Shurva, a warrior from the Fire Nation.
I'm Andrew, also go by Lucifer. I'm playing Firebender that goes by Mako Bao.
Hello, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Oki, a waterbender from the Northern Water Tribe.
I'm Brandon, and I'm Rung-Bolo, an earthbender from the Earth Nation.
Hey, I'm Dave, and my character is Al, the airbender from the Air Nomads.
And I'm Owen, the dungeon master of this ragtag group of members of all four nations. Hello! Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lost Archives. My name's Owen. I'm the dungeon master of our Avatar Legends campaign, and we have almost everybody here with us tonight. We're still missing Dave. Dave is still away. He's not back next week, but he is back the week after from Malaysia. Although I've just realized, quite ironically, he gets back from Malaysia on the 13th. We'll have a session, and then I'm away in Malaysia on the 20th. So there won't be an Avatar Legends session. So I'll have Dave back for one session. We'll have a session. Then there won't be a session. And then I get back on the 27th, I think, at like midday. So I'll have a quick sleep because it's an overnight flight home.
So
and then...
you plan
Wait, no, it can't be
to
13th.
not be in the same country as him?
Yeah.
I think so.
It'd be, it'd be the 16th that Avatar's back. Yeah.
It sounds like business plans for like the Lost Archives right now, if I understand correctly. Not to put any conspiracy theories out there, but we're expanding to Malaysia is what it sounds like.
I mean, look, we might have. I can check. Do you want me to see if there's any Malaysian listeners? I can check the podcast stats and see if there's any. Do you want me to have a look? All right, I'll have a quick look.
Yes, that'd be cool.
And if there is, you can meet and greet with DM Owen when he's in Malaysia.
How do you say
all one of you?
Hello in Malaysian.
I have no idea. I'll have to learn this. Well, I'm there to do some presentations and training, so I better learn how to speak at least one or two Malaysian words before that happens. Let me have a quick look.
As long as you know how to ask where the toilet is, and thank you, you're good.
Wing it.
It could be one of the unknown countries. There's 14 countries that we don't know where they're from, so it could be one of those.
Malaysia is pretty unknown. That's probably the one.
Oh, you can't say that.
What?
You can say Salamat. You can say Salamat Tenggari and say good afternoon. Hello.
We've got a few. I'm just looking. We've got some from the Philippines. I'm not too far away from there. Some from Thailand. I'm not too far away from there. So thank you to our shout out to our Southeast Asian listeners. Thank you so much. I won't be doing a meet and greet. I'm not going there for a meet and greet. I'm going there for my actual job. But yeah, there won't be an Avatar Legends or any streams for that week. What I will do though is I will record a huge amount of Pokemon content. No, not Pokemon content. Hogwarts Legacy content to go to drop on YouTube every second day while I'm away. So at least there's some stuff that you can watch. Hogwarts Legacy looks like it's going to be absolutely fucking amazing. I just watched the launch trailer like 5-10 minutes before we started because I hadn't seen it pop up during the day. I think I'm probably one of the most excited, probably as excited as I've been for a video game before. I reckon it's about the same level of excitement I was for Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And I was very excited for that. I bought like the collector's edition. I got like a pewter mug that I still use to this day from that.
Did everyone buy the collector's edition of Black Flag?
Is it pewter bad to drink from?
No, it's great to drink from. Have you got one too, Archie? I think he's got one too. Yeah, baby.
I remember that thing.
He's got the third one, the third collector's edition. Nice. Yeah. That's a shame because Assassin's Creed 3 wasn't amazing.
Ali had that dude. He was on like the big like wooden planks, and he was like up there with a little sword or something like that. From
Ratu Haketo? Connor from the third one. It's sad that I can remember that. I think it's Ratu Haketo. Look, I have to say, I know Assassin's Creed 3 got a lot of bad press. I actually quite enjoyed it, but Black Flag.
It wasn't bad.
Black Flag was the best by far.
I've never played Assassin's Creed.
It's good.
You might like them. They're pretty good.
Just play Black Flag. It's the only.
Yeah,
that's-
it's literally like
And
I want to be a pirate.
Revelations.
Yeah.
Revelations, yes, with Ezio. Actually, the whole
Revelations is
Ezio.
good.
Assassin's Creed 2 with
Yeah.
Ezio, Revelations, Brotherhood, they're all great. All the Ezio ones are great. But no, if you want to just be a pirate, you can basically ignore everything about the assassins and not know any of the lore and still have a fucking great time just being a
You know the
pirate.
game, was it Skull and Bones that's not going to come out?
Yeah, the
just
game-
play Black Flag.
Just play Black Flag. It's better than Skull and Bones will ever be. You heard it first, everybody. So yeah, doesn't affect us this week. It doesn't affect us this week, obviously. Next week, the week after, but the week of the 20th, the second last week of Feb, I won't be here. So yeah, we'll just be having recorded content, just some pre-recorded content. So there won't be any D&D Avatar Legends for that week.
So just Owen's face for that week.
Just my face for that week.
Sorry, stream.
Really fancy link.
Sorry, guys. You'll just have to muddle through listening to only my voice and seeing only my face. Now, what was the other bit of news? Thank you, everybody who joined us for Tyranny of Dragons and Curse of Strahd. We are absolutely powering through those sessions now. I think there's only 1 or 2 episodes left of Tyranny of Dragons, then we're all wrapped up. Curse of Strahd, we're obviously like just getting into the juicy bits, the blood and bones of the modules. So yeah, if you're excited in listening to a horror-themed RPG, I very much recommend our Curse of Strahd campaign. That's it from me for news. Tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, our Saturday morning stream, there are no new Pokemon raids, so we think we might do some Raft. I think Andrew said he was in, Archie's a maybe, depending on work, Bree's a yes. She said maybe, but we're going to change it to a yes. I'll message
the schoolwork.
Yeah, she said she's
That's
got
a
like
yes.
studying to do, so there's no way we're going to let her actually do that. I'll also message the rest of the Raft crew regulars, Dragon, Shroopy. Who else joins us
He'll be
for
on.
Raft? He'll be on? Okay, great. And who else joins us for Raft? It's just Dragon.
He's
right?
also supposed to be studying, so he'll definitely
He'll
join
definitely
me.
play Raft, yeah.
Studying
Nice.
Raft.
Yeah,
Studying Raft there.
I mean, he's doing an IT like TAFE certificate, so like he will be on his computer doing things. So basically,
Okay.
same thing.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, if it's engineering, you could basically claim that Raft is kind of engineering knowledge required, sort of.
Exactly.
If you're in IT,
yeah.
just ask ChatGPT how to write code in IT. Like, just teach me SQL. Just
Does
teach me like,
ChatGPT
PHP.
actually do that?
Call it a day. Yeah. You can ask
Does it
ChatGPT
really?
to write your front end code. So you can say, write me a headless CMS, and it'll do it. People are making malware with ChatGPT, and then asking ChatGPT how to write like a convincing email to someone to get
Oh,
them to click the
God.
link to the malware.
Oh, that's
That's so
really
bad.
concerning. That's
Yeah. So if you've noticed these spam emails and the spam text messages getting better lately,
I mean, I just get my normal penis enlargement ones, which are pretty standard.
I
that's
get
it.
Oh, no, always click on
hello
those.
mum /
Yeah, yeah.
dad.
You gotta make sure
I
those-
lost
gotta
my
check those through.
phone. Please text me on WhatsApp.
Wait, you get it as like,
What?
hey mum.
It says, "Hey mum / dad."
I'd be
I've
really
broken my
insulted.
phone.
I'd be
Mate of mine
really
got-
insulted if I was like
Mate of
under the
mine's
age of
mum
30
nearly
and getting
got
hey mum / dad
fired.
texts. I'd be,
mate of mine, close mate of mine, his mum got caught by that one there, and she was getting bought into it, like, crap, my kids need money, oh no, and then
Oh,
they
no.
asked for like $5,000, and they're like, you're not my kid. Money. Do it immediately.
That's hilarious. See, so I call my parents by their first names, so like it's a little bit weird, I know. But if they got a message from me saying hi mum / dad, mum would immediately be like, "But that's not Owen. Like he hasn't opened with like sup Grandy."
I think the bit that goes mum / dad. I think that's the bit that gives it away the most, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
at least
why
I
would you
guess
write, "Hey
one.
mum / dad"?
It's either one or the other.
I feel like we've gotten a bit
It's so
sidetracked, but I'm
smart, they do
committed to
an A/B
this.
split test.
You could do like high
16
parental
one.
unit, like please deposit. You could do that.
Yeah.
Or
Hello,
like
parent or guardian.
parent / guardian. That's pretty funny. I like that. Oh my god.
Just
Hello,
all the
primary
letters you get from
caregiver.
school.
High relative.
Anyone that listens to this, do not do any of this, okay? You
could just-
will be
Like, I
caught.
think like,
could just
you
do
send
hi.
a
You're not
hi
smart enough
primary
to hide your IP
caregiver to
address.
anyone.
But you don't even need to specify. You could just say, "Hey, in a pickle." Like but the
Yeah.
fact that they specify, actually, you're right. No, we shouldn't. We, ChatGPT, if you're listening, stop it.
I know exactly how to do all these things, and I'm not telling anyone how to do it.
Yeah, no.
But research Kali Linux if you want anything, and I'll stop there. Anyway.
Are you giving people bad advice? I don't know what you're referencing.
Good advice.
Sorry, Archie, could you read that out loud, what you've just typed into chat? Could you
ethical hacking distribution?
but I think you could improve it. You could say egg provider or egg incubator sperm donor if you wanted. For the podcast listeners, could you please read out what you just typed? No, he can't. He's crying. Shall I read it out for you? Okay. Good morning, birth giver sperm donor. I require payment to my account. Please deposit by checking. Carrier pigeon or confirmation shall be required. Amazing. Oh my god. That's fantastic.
I'm going to refer to my mum as incubator from now on.
Egg incubator.
Yeah.
I have my mum saved as birth giver on my phone.
Do you actually?
Yeah, like 100%.
It seems like such an ego trip for your mum, just to really reinforce, like, I brought you into this world. Never forget that, Archie. It's a bit intense.
Yeah.
Also, like, entirely off track.
Yeah, we're very off track now. Just commit. We're not playing Avatar Legends tonight. We're just going to be shit talking for 2 hours.
I was playing some games with some friends the other week, and one of them said, we'll all be having drinks, but you must have parental, like, permission in order to be drinking with us to play games, like, just as fun. And they're like, you'll need show proof. Of course, I text my mum, sent her a screenshot of that. I'm like, Mum, can you please write me a permission slip?
Yep.
While she was at work, and she sent it to my work email.
Okay.
And it was like, to whom it may concern, I, mum's name, Bree's creator, manufacturer, and mother, give her permission to destroy the cells of her body with alcohol up to and including the time it decides to exit her body, at which time she can start again as Mama didn't raise no quitter. Good luck. And then her signature and the date.
Can we get your mum as a guest character?
Your mum's amazing.
Your mum's amazing. Like, salute. Can we get your mum as a guest character?
A writer, a lawyer or something.
She has such a good sense of humor. Like, if I call her, even now at the age of 25, and I'm like, Mum, someone wants me to come over to their house. Can I put you on speakerphone? You can just say, no, I'm not allowed because I have housework to do. And she'll do it. Like, she'll be like she'll turn on the mum voice and be like, you know you're grounded. How dare you ask me for this? Like, that person's a bad influence anyway. And she just turns it on. It's so good.
But does that work for you?
I mean, it makes the person laugh and makes them know that I don't want to go. So
okay.
It works.
I wondered if, like, you were sitting there, be like, yeah, I'm a bad girl.
I didn't know you could still use this.
That's amazing.
I didn't still use this one. Yeah,
it's so good.
I thought it like ended when I left.
Yeah, I moved out at like 18. Now I'm like, I could have done this for 10 years. I've had a decade of not using this. Damn. Okay, that's a shame. Oh my goodness. Okay. Seriously, if your mum ever wants to come on as a guest character, she's so welcome. She sounds hilarious.
She is hilarious.
Does she want to play rough with us tomorrow?
Cool. Oh, she doesn't play video games.
I don't care. I just wanted to talk. Like, get her in the Discord. Like, I don't care if she spends the whole time just like AFK. I want her for her dialogue, not for her gaming.
I'll teach her how to use Discord first. Get it on her phone, and she'll be set.
No, I want to start a new podcast with your mum where it's just like I want to ask her about parenting tips. I reckon she'd have some fucking hilarious parenting tips.
Oh yeah.
I could call it just the tips.
Man, make sure the man you pick to have a child with has a very tiny head.
No, it'll be things like, this is how to give your children trauma, but make them really funny later in life.
So I'm dating a psychologist, so I could just ask her for that. How do you give?
My mum works in like a hospital in the mental ward, so she has like that same sense of humor as like what most therapists do.
Yeah, okay. I was going to ask you off stream. I was going to say, is your mum either a psychiatrist, psychologist, or psych nurse, or someone working in those fields? Because I was like, that's very much like the humor of all the people who work in psych that I know, because it's a 100% required defense mechanism to stop you from going insane.
Yeah, like, and she'll sit there and she'll diagnose all of you as well.
That's okay. I'm like, you need the entire DS.
More than ADHD. I'm open years. Please. What else is here?
you need a whole new DSM for Andrew. It's not the current one's not enough. Maybe she'd like. Maybe I could get her on to do like one where she like diagnoses your characters and we discuss and like psychoanalyze each of your characters. Funny. That could be fun.
That could be so funny.
Okay, I'll think about that.
Anyway,
we should probably do Avatar Legends at some point.
Wait, what?
It's been solid 20 minutes.
It's just been 20 minutes of shit talk at this point.
Let me know in chat if you'd like me to cut this for the
American Psycho out of all this.
The American Psycho.
Have to be Mako.
Yeah.
I think so. Look at that business card. Wow, the lettering's amazing. Anyway.
Right, let me do a recap. Let's get us back in.
Yep.
Our story has been following Shurva and Mako of the Fire Nation, Rung of the Earth Kingdom, Oki of the Water Tribe, and Aal of the Air Nomads. The children of important ambassadors of each of the 4 nations, they have been attending a historic summit at the Beifong Estate. With the recent death of Avatar Roku following the eruption of his volcanic island home, omens of war and conflict seem numerous. The team are currently on the trail of the 4 elemental spirits in an attempt to calm their rage and undo the damage done by a careless wish made of the whale spirit of the Siwong Desert. After locating and appeasing the Arctic fox spirit of the Northern Water Tribe, the group have travelled south, past the walls of Ba Sing Se and to the Eastern Air Temple. After meeting with Sister Tucker, teacher and mentor to Aal, the group have split up. While Aal and the other airbenders practice the methods they're going to be using to cloudbend away the storm bison spirit storm that surrounds it, the rest of the group have had a bit of downtime, had a bit of an exploration. Meeting an elderly air nomad librarian, Nomu, the group traded some food in exchange for guidance to the Mr. Library. The group traded some food in exchange for guidance to the library and on where to find information useful to them. While Mako went looking for information on leadership and Aquila looked for references to spirits, Shurva found herself growing bored with book reading. A shout broke the quiet of the library, and as the group rushed out, they found what appeared to be a bloodstain leading to the edge of a canyon where Nomu had been sitting enjoying his tart. After fetching Rung and earthbending down to the bottom, the group discovered a tunnel through the canyon leading to a clearing. Several Earth Nation-looking bandits were busy stuffing Nomu into a cage, which was soon lifted into the sky by a bison ridden by air nomads wearing strange dark orange clothes. Facing off against the Earthbenders and defeating them, the group decided to head back to the Eastern Air Temple, not wanting to be stuck outside the mountain range by nighttime. So we left off after you had all had a long rest. Now with the rest, because it is in a comfortable bed, you may clear, I believe it is 3 fatigue and or 2 conditions. Let me double check my notes. I believe it is that many.
I think we did that at the end of our last session.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, I couldn't remember if we had or not.
I
So that's
believe.
Turns those off. The exchange statuses is what I was wondering about, so I cleared those off. Is that
as
done
soon as
as
the
well?
exchange ends, you lose the statuses. Because the statuses are specific to the exchange.
Did I gain fatigue or anything like that?
Yeah,
Anything
all
to
of
be
it.
aware of?
We
you
had
did,
a
and I already did it,
comfortable
and I've already
rest,
taken it off.
So we lost like 4 fatigue or something for a comfortable rest. I think it was.
I believe I already did
Extra
yours,
my fatigue.
Andrew. Let me have a
You
quick
did
look.
great. You helped.
Yeah, and I
I'm just
think
insecure at the
Andrew
moment.
went and like
Yes.
lost his condition as well because he went and like spoke to someone who was
Yep.
super zen.
Yeah. So the only one you've still got is insecure, I think.
That makes sense though.
But that's just.
That's
I
pretty
think he
standard.
started the session with that though.
Yeah, I think that's just a constant
you were born
thing.
with that.
Yeah, I think that's just a constant.
Yeah.
How come I can't uncheck this box?
Yeah, I have actually added as a permanent part of your. I talked to the programmers behind Avatar Beyond
yeah.
Legend, and they've actually made it a permanent part of your character sheet now.
Oh wait,
that's
oh
fitting.
god, my balance is actually so far. Oh god.
Yeah, that's also something to keep an eye on. But yeah, so I will say,
PhD.
just before you head to sleep, Oki and Ahini do return before nightfall completely. They wander back in, still a little bit wet, like dripping from their hair, which is quite wet, and like sort of shaking off their clothes a little bit. The clothes are mostly dry, but their hair is quite wet. There's a bit of water sort of on their feet and in their. And I'd probably say they're holding their shoes, walking barefoot, because their feet are a little bit wet. And as they come in kind of talking and laughing, they see you guys. Hey, how you guys doing? What'd you get up to? We had such a fun time at the waterfall. Rung, you just wandered off? You didn't want to hang around? Says Ahini.
You guys said there was going to be amazing rocks around there. There was nothing more than just a bit of gypsum and some boring copper. It wasn't anything too interesting to me, so I decided to venture off on my own.
Are they not interesting rocks?
a
Like,
little.
what's the... Like, Ahini sort of looks a bit confused.
Substandard. It's like when you go out to like the North Pole and you look at snow, and then you walk
No,
10 k's else.
No one does
and
that.
you see snow. Same. It's just all the same snow.
No, no.
It's
that
not
for
interesting
obsidian
snow.
or
It's not
something?
yellow snow. Like it was rare to find yellow snow over there. When I found that, that was interesting.
Oki
but
kind of
that's
like
nothing yellow
snorts.
snow.
That's
Oki snorts. It's not that hard to find.
that's yeah. You can make that. You can make that snow. Don't worry about it.
Rung, you
Alright,
didn't.
cool.
You didn't.
But anyway,
Did you? I
Just
mean, you
mango juice.
probably. Rung, you probably heard of a special,
Fingers.
like a special thing that you're supposed to do when you find yellow snow. I'm guessing. Like, did you? Were you told a special thing you were supposed to do when you find yellow snow? Did a waterbender ever tell you?
you like dig it up, and then like you carry it, 'cause it's actually like the reason it's yellow is because it's got
you're meant to
bits of,
taste it.
traces of gold in there.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you don't eat gold. It's not
No,
good
it's
for
mango.
you.
It's not gold. You were so right, Shurva. It's mango juice.
It's like a snow cone.
Oh, I don't have it.
It tastes
I've
really
only
good.
got like some residuals
Next time,
now.
next
Like I
time,
had it
next
in a
time you
little
can have
bag. I carried the bag with me to keep the gold in there, but it just disappeared after. I walked
Yeah, it
out
would have
there.
turned to
Like, it
liquid,
melted
right?
Away, obviously. So
Yeah.
I've probably got a bit of gold traces in there, like a bit of dust.
No.
but
There's no gold. There's no gold. It's
Nothing solid.
no. It's no gold.
Mm.
It's mango juice. And Oki kind of like
Oh wow,
sniggers again. Well, it was. Yeah, it's mango juice.
it was mango juice. Oh wow. Oh, this is crazy. I don't. Well, why do you guys just leave gold everywhere?
No, there's no gold. Why are you so
There's no
obsessed with
gold.
gold, Rung? There's no gold.
Why are you obsessed with gold? I
Because
understand
it's
that
a
from
mineral,
mines.
and he is a man of the
I
earth.
thought it was like a colloquial thing. Like you just call gold like mango juice over there. I
No,
thought it was a weird thing.
No
Looks
one,
like
no
gold.
one does. No one does that.
Gold is gold. Gold is gold universally.
How do you guys get mangoes in over there? Like it's so.
We
common.
grow them
You don't
on
grow
tree like a
mangoes over
normal
there.
fucking person. Heaney's like losing her temper now.
It's so cold over. It's so cold there. Mangoes grow in a tropical climate.
Anyway,
Yeah, there's not just waterbenders at the North and South Pole. We literally came through one of the outposts on the island. Don't you remember? It was lovely and warm.
Seems silly to me. It's gold.
You had
Don't lie to
coconuts.
me.
Oh god. Okay, I'm going to bed.
So
I'm
it's
so
gold. Don't have
angry.
the heart. Wrong Jones just doing right now.
Heaney like stomps over, pulls up the blankets and drops underneath them so they're over her head, and you hear muffled from under the sheets
That's good.
If you say one more word, I swear to God.
from underneath the
How
blankets.
can a swallow bring a coconut over to...
You feel Rung as this blast of cold freezes your mouth shut as the spit inside your mouth.
okay. Maybe not one sword, but if you tied two to one coconut, maybe.
Oki kind of like
Yeah,
gives you a bit of a
swallow.
look and like melts the ice off your face, Rung. I probably don't like anger her too much. I think she's a bit tired. We like don't let her hear, but I bested her more times than she bested me in our practice, so she's feeling a bit salty. You from under the blankets.
No, you didn't. You cheated.
I didn't cheat.
Isn't that like a water tribe thing? Like you guys are always salty? Like water, ocean, and all sorts of stuff like that?
I'm not salty.
So
I'm
salty
feeling
be like beast.
I'm feeling great.
Fresh
I
water.
don't know what you're talking about. I'm feeling really good, says Oki.
Is there a difference between like fresh water and salt water, like water bending? Is it like one's like harder because it's got salt in it, and the other one's easier? 'cause it's
That's a
fresh?
really good question. One's slightly harder to freeze, so you have to be a little bit more proficient at freezing to freeze the salt water.
So Oki would never freeze the salt water one.
No, you're literally talking to Oki. Oki's like, no, I do all the time.
Oh, sorry. I thought my bad. Anyway, Oki, you're great. Got this.
Oki like moves over to the bed next to Ahini, gets under the covers, and goes,
Rung's really annoying today. Oh, I know, right?
Has Rung slept yet, or he hasn't slept yet?
No, it's still the night time. It's like 7 p.m., 7:30.
Okay, that's what I thought, yeah.
Probably a little bit
This
later.
makes
So
sense.
it's about like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
It's past his
I
bedtime.
was sort of
He needs to
banking on
just
the
shut the
fact
fuck
that, like,
up.
yeah, I was banking on the fact that he was just tired and like it's not with it.
At this point, Arl wanders back in looking like pretty tuckered out. So I'm just dying as I cough to death. I managed to catch it though, so no one had to hear that.
I thought you were
yeah.
doing another bit.
No, I was just choking.
I thought it was too. I
just
thought he was
choking.
like really preparing to get his day voice on, and he's just like, "Yeah, let me like."
Let me just channel.
Hello.
Dave. Let me just connect with the dove. No, I was literally just choking, just literally choking on my beer. But now I'm going to
That's why
prepare.
you
for
shouldn't
Dave.
drink, kids.
No, but this is quite nice. It's a really nice dark ale. I recommend it. We're not sponsored, but go get White Rabbit dark ale. It's really nice.
That's pretty good. White rabbit.
Little creatures,
Oh,
if you're
White
listening.
Rabbit, they say.
So yeah, no.
Rainbow line.
I'll like walks in, dragging his feet a little bit, looking really tired. He like you're like, oh, hey guys. Oh,
What the cat dragged in?
I've been airbending so much. I'm pooped, guys. I don't know about you guys. I'm pooped.
I pooped. I'm Rung. Good to meet you. I'm tired.
Excellent, Rung. That's really good. As he shakes your hand.
Thank you.
You know, like that's such a good joke, Rung. Like that's really
Oh,
good.
Rung?
He just looks
I've been
really
saying it,
tired.
mate. You're the first person to say that ever. I'm actually stunned.
I see these very like
Grown.
dark
I was gonna mining.
rings.
I was going to get into comedy.
You know, Rung, one of the things that we're taught as airbenders, right, is to like meditate. And I reckon you could meditate on jokes. Like, think about
How would I
jokes
meditate on
and like
jokes?
plan. So you sit down and you let
I
your
think I'm losing
mind,
brain cells.
you let
I'm
your
gonna go
mind
take a nap.
find the jokes.
Too many brain cells aren't part of this whole thing here. We've got to meditate first, then we get the brain cells. So you think about the joke before you say the joke.
You should generally think
hell
about
long?
things before you say them. Yes.
Impossible. It's not a thing anyone can ever do. It's inhuman. If you ever thought, yeah, immediately has to come out of your mouth. Otherwise, how will you remember it?
Did you know, Rung, that there are some monks here who've taken a vow of silence? How cool is that?
Sounds silly.
No, it's like a really,
That.
it's a really deeply spiritual thing. Like the idea is that like actions speak louder than words anyway, and words are just a distraction and full of deception. So why even bother using them? I mean, Monkey Atsu like never did that, and he told me that like they're the perfect targets for the pie throwing because like they're not going to tell you off because they can't tell you off. They can just like shake their finger at you, and like you can run away and pretend that you can't hear them because you can't hear them because they don't talk.
Makes sense. You gotta sit there.
One of
like
his
you gotta
favorite
go
things to
into
do is try and make
ego
them break
death and peel away the
their vow
ego.
of silence.
I see that as like ego death. You gotta ask yourself, who are you? Who are you really? And whatever you give to yourself is who you are. Then you pass it along and say, that's not who I am. And that's how you peel away the ego. That's a real bit of meditation practice right there. If anyone wants to take that one.
I reckon there's a really good idea there. If you wanted to like sit down and think about that idea, there's a really comfy bed over there. Sometimes you can lie down to meditate too. I do that all the time.
Do my proper sit here. I'll do my open hand lotus. This is a
As Rung
Take
sits
them.
cross-legged, not putting his legs in any special position, just sitting cross-legged, like sitting back on his tailbone, and then holding his hands in an O shape, like just in his lap, Al kind of like nods and goes, "You know, Rung, that's a really good start."
I know.
So
It's
what
like
did you?
positive reinforcement's killing me inside.
So what did you guys get up to today? I mean, oh, sorry. Oh, I did so much airbending.
Oh, we
Mr. Library got stolen.
we fought off some bandits.
Oh yeah, we killed them, right? Yeah.
Wait, bandits?
No,
Not-
we
not
just
near the
fought
Eastern
them
Air Temple.
off and incapacitated them.
Sorry, my
Yeah, we
memory's
just-
a bit hazy.
Sorry, yeah. So we beat off a couple of the
Wait, you beat
The
them
good
off?
guys.
I thought you said you defeated them. Like, are they? I didn't realize you guys got so close to them.
Yeah, well, you got to be pretty. It's hand to hand. Like they come up pretty close.
Yeah, right.
Hands-on combat, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I bet you got their blood flowing with a bit of bloodbending, Aquila.
Yeah, bloodbending.
Did you use your secret
no,
technique to like really get the blood flowing?
Gotta meditate.
It must have been a bit of a hard combat. Like, did you guys give them a real pounding, or did they give you a bit of a pounding?
You know,
Well, my
'cause
whip was involved, so
both ways.
Nice. That's great. I bet you
Sparks
whipped
were
all of them.
flying everywhere.
Yeah. That's
we
really
took
good.
a couple. They took a couple. You know, we sort of mixed it around.
Oh yeah, that's really good. A
Give
bit
and
of give
take.
and take. Yeah, a bit of give and take. That's really good. Did you have a
You know,
safe
not
word?
everything
Or?
can be about. Not everything can be about us.
Ryan, you
know,
okay there, man?
You never want to be a selfish combatant. It's really important to like be a generous combatant.
I want to share it around.
Yeah. What are we talking about again? As Al like, sort of like,
Like snaps out of it. Like,
yeah.
what?
I think you should probably get to bed, Al.
But like, sorry, you were saying something about bandits. Like, I really need to know about that. Like, I need to tell somebody if there's bandits near the air temple.
Like a librarian got kidnapped. That's all that.
actually,
No, that seems
they-
pretty important. Like,
No,
have you
They
told?
there's-
already know.
Oh,
They
you
already- they're
probably
already
know
aware.
a lot more about
Oh,
this
they
than what
know?
we do. We didn't really know who they were, but they had like darker.
No, we do know who they were.
They had darker airbending robes on.
They were the guiding wind.
yeah,
Yeah, we know that. but we don't
But
know.
we don't know anything
What?
about them though. I think you mentioned them briefly. Like you might know more.
Yeah, I do know a little bit about the Guiding Winds. I think they might have tried to recruit me.
Oh.
What, like today?
No, back at the Northern Water Tribe. Do you remember how we traveled with Pion, Legshay, Tianzung, and Sun on the Sky Bison to the Northern Water Tribe? The four waterbenders, the man and the woman, and then the two teenagers.
Hmm.
Pion,
Yes.
he spoke to me about the Guiding Wind. He told me that they were a group dedicated to getting the air nomads back on track, and that if I wanted to use my talents in a more productive way, I could work with them, and that there'd be a place for me amongst their ranks. And he asked me not to tell anyone, especially Monkey Atsu, about it.
That seems kind of sus.
So definitely trustworthy.
I meditated on it.
Well,
Very
They
suspicious.
literally stole Mr. Library.
That was
I
definitely not sarcastic
that's only just
at
happened.
all.
In my defense, when Pion told me about it, he kind of explained it as like Monkey Atsu was like a bit outspoken about stuff, and he could be a bit fiery, which is all true, and that
I think
if
it's a bit
he-
airy.
yeah,
he
something
ask
like
you to-
that.
I'm a bit
Ask
fiery.
more people to join afterwards. Did he say like you need to get two more people?
No, he didn't. No, he implied that it was like a
Hmm.
special privilege, like being invited was kind of like a big deal, and that I could have time to consider it, but I wouldn't have all the time. And then one thing led to another, and then we ended up fighting that like fox spirit, and then when we got back, we couldn't find them, and I kind of forgot about it. But yeah,
Maybe
the
they were
Guiding
trying to
Wind.
get you. They thought Mr. Library was you because you were the
Did
airbender
he-
that was
No.
with us.
Did he look like me?
No.
Kinda.
You remember he was like 40.
You
No.
kind of look the same, to be honest.
Wow. Okay.
Like-
wow.
Um,
Okay. Now we're
just
crossing a
because-
line.
Rude.
Ooh.
Like you all wear the
You hear
exact
from under
same
the covers.
robes. You all have the same
Actually,
tattoos.
I mean, like, not to
Trevor
be
doesn't
offensive.
speak for the
What
whole
happens if-
Fire Nation.
Not
What
to be
Hey, but
offensive,
they
Shurva,
didn't
like,
get a good
You
look
missing
at
out
like
anything?
his face to see how old he was or anything like that. Like if you just saw an airbender from the back, you wouldn't know if it was, you know, a young airbender or an older airbender.
Well, I mean, you could probably tell by the wrinkles on their skin, like the back of their head. I don't know if you've seen some of these airbenders,
I
but
usually-
they've got really wrinkly backs of their heads. Like, have you
I
noticed this?
don't know
I
if I've
I
never
usually see
noticed that.
airbenders from their belly because they're flying overhead.
And didn't they mention him by name? So like they knew it was him.
I
don't know.
wasn't.
His
I wasn't
We
there.
didn't know what his name was.
I think they said it, but we just didn't hear it.
Yeah, I mean, even if they'd said it,
We-
you guys would have just been like, "That's a word I don't know."
Yeah.
We never asked.
It's just a like slow word for avatar or airbender. You don't know.
For
He's
monk.
just Mr. Library.
Oh, you
Mr.
don't think they
Library.
think he's the Avatar, do you? Because they could be really stupid. You said they were Earthbenders. Maybe like they know the Avatars.
No, there
like,
was
in
an
the
Airbender.
Look,
Earth-
I
one of them.
misspoke.
Oh,
I meant to say Airbender and Avatar's what came out because I was
Not
reading
all
the name
Airbend-
of our fucking thing.
No. It makes perfect sense, right? Because the next Avatar's gonna be an Airbender. Like, how exciting is that?
Not an old dude though.
No, but
Maybe they're
you
after-
said they were Earthbenders. Maybe they're stupid.
Maybe- Wait, what records was he after? He was after
Not stupid.
history.
All of them.
and-
No, not all of them, wrong.
We just
most of
we
them.
just only had public education in my town, and because we told all those guys out there for private education, get out of here because they'll take all the coal miners and run away.
Heaney sits up
So we
straight,
don't know.
pulls the blankets down, and goes, I really was trying to sleep, but I kind of am like involved in this now. You said public education. I'm really curious to what that looked like for you, Rung, because it sounds like you've been working in a mine since you were like 6 years old. What was that education like
Yeah,
for you?
public
Like, what-
education is you join the public in the mine.
Yeah.
And learn how to mine.
Okay,
They
cool.
learned
Thank
how
you.
to count to 5 and they just went to mine. That's all they did.
Only 5. You got two. You got at least
that?
2 hands. Like, surely you could just sort of like compare the hands.
No,
right?
one
And go,
hand was holding the
Believe-
pickaxe for them.
Oh,
Believe
wow.
this, they wanted to build an entire building for books. Can you believe it? Stupid.
not so-
books.
Mr. Librarian. was
Yeah,
in
they
charge
want to
of
build
what?
like just like a big bobbin to like pull the coal off
Cat.
the ground and extract it from the earth. They want to build a book. It's stupid. No, put another
Um,
mine site.
Heaney drops back under
Anyway.
the covers and goes, "Sorry, I'm done now.
That's
Thank
political.
you. No more questions." I'll give another big yawn. I'm pretty ready for bed. I think if you've told other airbenders about this and other air nomads, then probably there's not much else that we can do tonight.
Question.
Yeah, we told a couple people about them.
Question. What was Mr. Librarian in charge of? He was in charge of history and what else?
The library.
He said that he mostly dealt with history.
History. Okay.
Seems weird
And
to
there was
go
like
after a
2 floors
historian.
worth.
Would birth records be in history?
Good
I
question.
don't know. Maybe.
Really good question.
We should ask Mr. Library.
Dude,
I'll just shrug.
Kill,
I was like,
Kill, man, you really want to step this up. Like, you can't just.
I'll be honest. I never was that interested in reading history books. I wouldn't know if like birth records are there. But like,
Okay.
that'd be. I mean, if do you know his name? Like, because I might know him. Like, I've been to the Eastern Air Temple once or twice before.
I think they called him Nomu. Numo.
Nomu. Yeah, no, I know Nomu. He actually was one of my tutors when I was here with Sister Tucker. Like, he was the one who actually taught me to like read and write.
Yeah, Mr. Library.
Nomu.
Yeah.
Mr. Library.
No.
Is this something like? Is he calling himself that now? Because that's really weird if he is. Because he never said that to me, and now I'm really embarrassed that I called him the wrong thing this whole time. I called him
It's
Sensei
okay.
and Sifu.
Yeah, it's okay. I think he just changed his name recently.
It's only a recent adaptation.
He's only
Right.
just
Okay.
become Mr. Library Master.
Okay. Well, when I knew Nomu, he managed the history section along with a couple of other archivists and scribes. But his, like, what you said about birth records, yeah, Mako, he's one of the people who keeps the birth records for the air nomads, definitely. Well done. Seriously, well done. That was you found that out a lot sooner than I was expecting.
It's because of someone's fuck up.
This is
someone
why
type
you're
in,
important.
Someone type in chat and help you out, did they?
Because I said Avatar instead of Airbender.
Oh,
That's what got him onto it.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Well done.
Well, Lyra. Never house.
See, this is why, you know,
So
you and
it
I just
wasn't a
work
fuck
so
up.
well together.
Yeah, we're just two fuck ups that just.
We're
work well.
in tune.
Yeah.
But we sequentially fuck up upwards. We fuck upwards.
Hey, each time one of us is fucked up, it's led to something great.
I'm really enjoying chat. It's always why rung, never how's rung. There's a reason for that. He has earned that, bought and fucking paid for it.
Another cat.
I feel like I've seen that on a YouTube comment. Diamond Lee, did you comment that on a YouTube video as well? Because I feel like I've seen that before, and I still appreciate it just as much the second time around as I did the first. It's very funny. But also, he literally bought and fucking paid for it.
I love this.
I was like, yeah, no, he manages the birth and death records for the air nomads. Like all the temples, they all send their information here when people are born and when they die.
Sweet.
You don't think
That sounds fair.
you don't think they're trying to
That
find
sounds
out
reasonable.
like which air nomads were born right after Roku died? Do you?
I think they are. Because imagine, like,
Honestly,
you're a
sounds like it
freedom
makes sense for
society
one
that's
person
trying
to
to
keep all the
rebel
records.
against the rest of society. If you have the Avatar on your side, things sort of look better for you.
I think we should really tell someone about this if they don't already know.
I mean, we spoke to
Look, we're a bunch of kids.
I-
If we thought of this,
God, we spoke to like a couple of the elders. I don't remember what her name was. Oh my god, I'm terrible with names.
oh yeah, we
Isn't it all
spoke
bad?
to this person.
We need Dave back. He's our like caretaker.
Dave was our big brain. Now we're just small, smooth brain.
Oh, collectively, we have like
We've
1.5
lost our frontal
brain cells.
lobe. No, make
Collectively, we
sad.
have one wrinkle
Oh,
in our
no.
brain. Big sad.
We've got
With big
the
odd
lizard,
brains
the
and, like,
lizard
Warhammer.
brain, the hind
Oh.
brain covered. No, yeah. So it's just.
No, you're right. You're right.
How did you know I was going to say you, Archie?
What's
Oh, that's
that?
close.
Oh, that was a good
He nearly
save.
just lost his beer because the cat.
Yeah.
I love how you turned into a demon to save it. You're like,
For podcast listeners, that noise was Archie reacting to his cat trying to drink his beer. Or knock it off, either
that's how you scare it.
Yeah. It's funny, we've now had like 4 streams almost in a row, RPG streams, that have been dominated by a cat being an asshole. One of the players, Archie's cat, twice in a row now, which is quite funny. Last session, I don't know if you remember, his cat was trying to like chew his finger off and was just being a massive dick. Look at him, he's hiding. For podcast listeners, Archie's literally hiding from his cat right now.
Get away.
We're so derailed. But he's too scared to touch it. So for podcast listeners, imagine a man cradling a beer, hiding on his computer chair, trying to just gently nudge the cat when it's not looking at him out of the way with his just 1 or 2 fingers because he's scared to put his whole hand in the firing line. Right? He's scared of the consequences of losing his entire hand to this cat. And for podcast listeners, I want to stress, this is not a big cat. It's a very normal sized cat. It's an incredibly average cat. It's a very average cat.
Ringtail.
although just saw the cat levitate out. Was that Leslie picking it up? My people need me. For the podcast listeners, because of Archie's automatic background, all we saw was the cat just fucking take off vertically with no warning at a constant speed. Just its little face. It had this look of what the fuck? As it just went upwards.
What was that shooting stars thing where it's it's got some of the flying through space?
Oh god, I was thinking you could do the Bag Raiders song "Shooting Stars" as the cat just takes off. Oh my god, that was amazing. Well, I think we've got our highlight for the YouTube shorts. Oh, I'm actually crying.
And that soundtrack, done. That's it.
Oh god.
For me, it was the expression on the cat's face that really just got me. It was just this look of what? Okay, sorry. Back on track. What were we talking about? What are we doing?
What happened?
We're trying to contact people. We're trying to see if anyone knows.
Archie, are you genuinely scared of your cat? I feel like I need to get this.
Oh, it's not mine, and it's very aggressive to me, and I'm also allergic to cats.
Oh.
I was gonna say, are you allergic to cats?
That's why he's not touching it.
Badly. Give me a second. I need to get my pills.
He's actually gone.
He's
gone.
Fatten this cat.
That noise though wasn't Archie exclaiming about his beer. That was him struggling to breathe.
Cat comes in, is there a cat in here?
Oh my god. Are you okay? Do you need a minute?
Zyrtec time?
We're not sponsored by Zyrtec. Telfast. We're not sponsored by Telfast either. Oh my god. Do you need an EpiPen? Are you okay?
Maybe.
See,
why do you have a cat if you're allergic?
All you need to get over the allergy is just small amounts of...
Yeah, just small amounts of the cat.
You just need to eat a little bit of cat every day.
Every day, just throw a line of cat hair,
if you're sitting there confused about the context to this, if you're sitting just before we went live, Andrew revealed that he eats a little bit of avocado every day. And I thought, wow, that's lovely. I love avocado. He then revealed he's allergic to it and that someone with a medical license told him that he could get over it by having a little bit every day. That is not true. If you have an allergy, do not expose yourself to what's going to kill you.
No, don't. It's not worth it.
Imagine, in the future, you redact this to had a medical license.
Do you know what, though? Genuinely, doesn't feel that far away like that. If there's a person genuinely going around prescribing, oh, you've got a peanut allergy, you need to have some crunchy peanut butter.
The worst bit was that they were you need to test this, eat it. Not at the hospital, at home. Do it at home.
No, we have tests. There are swab tests and prick tests you can do for allergies.
No people around you. Have an eggs Benny, tons of Avo.
Don't do it.
Really important. What you need to do, wait for Sunday night at about 11 p.m. when there's no emergency departments that can possibly look after you, and I need you to eat 3 avocados.
Yeah, Saturday night.
Because if you survive 3, you're probably okay. Jesus Christ. And you got to eat the seed as well.
Half of it.
You got to swallow the seed.
Half of it makes.
The person wants to ask you about your humors and all that stuff like that. Do you do bloodletting when they had this as well?
Yeah. You have imbalanced tumors. Let me fetch my leeches, good sir. I should be back post haste.
Yeah. No, I remember getting the pricks on the pricks on your arm and the back. They were the best.
Okay, but that's actually like, but that's genuinely how you test for allergies. Did they actually do that?
That's how you test it. They tested that, and they're
But
like,
why was he telling? Okay, no, I'm not going down this rabbit hole because I will never emerge. All that will be left of me is a salty shell of a human being, like full of pure rage. It's not worth it.
look, I've moved on.
I've got a book from the 1910s about medical guidance for like, you know, nurses and doctors back in the day, and it's hilarious to read. If you've got sunstroke, inject molasses and like camphor oil and water in your bloodstream, and that's how you get
in your bloodstream.
That's how you get sepsis. Oh, here we go. Let me feed some bacteria and their favorite food, sugar, directly into my bloodstream. Enjoy.
Yep.
On the next page,
pass out rubbing alcohol in the nose and then inject with that.
I had a request from YouTube for me to bring back a segment I did only once that I never recorded. I only did live, called Drunk Science. It's where a friend and I got really, really drunk and I explained science to him. I feel like I need to bring it back because from the sounds of it,
that sounds sick.
It sounds great.
Yeah, I think it was one of my most popular streams of all time. It was when I was still like very unknown, and I just literally called it Just Chatting. It was Drunk Science. Ask your science questions. It was a lot of fun. It's one of the most funs I've had streaming because like I don't remember the last 30 minutes of it.
That's a lot of fun.
Maybe that's what Andrew's doctor was doing. He was doing drunk science.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah,
It's like the equivalent of going onto Reddit and being like, I work in optometry, ask me anything. But all you do is like put the glasses on their face and see if it hurts.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. Okay, well that I'll like nods. Okay, that's really good. Like I'm pleased you told some adults. Like that's great. Do we need to like tell them about this thing about like Nomu being the archivist and like keeping tracks of deaths? And
sure, they would know that.
But they might not. But they might not,
Sure,
right? Like he does
I'll
all
be
this
right
stuff.
back.
What's the
I'll be right
worst that
back.
could happen between
I'll be
now
right
and in the
back, okay?
morning?
Well, they might
Marcus, go to
find out
sleep.
who the Avatar is and like abduct that baby. I don't want to be responsible for a baby being abducted.
Free.
Marco, you shouldn't. What are
Mako,
you
what's
doing
up,
with
buddy?
it,
You
Marco?
okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back.
Oh, don't go wandering
All
too
I
far in
seen
the
was
dark.
you doing
'cause-
this and babies being abducted.
No, he wants to go tell the elders about
Coronation
what
thing.
he's discovered that could potentially be like the birth records and stuff like that, and he's definitely not just going to bed.
I'm gonna make it look like I'm walking forward, but I'm walking backwards out the door.
Walking backwards out the door.
Yep.
But then,
It
but
looks like he's walking forwards.
it
But it
doesn't
looks like
because
I'm
you're still
walking
walking
in.
backwards. So you just
Did
walk.
you
as-
show what?
So you just
Did
watch
you
as
show what that would look like?
you just watch
Can
as
you
Mako
show
walks
us?
backwards out
I
the
don't
door.
have enough space here. I've literally got like
Just
that
go
much
sideways,
space
go sideways.
between my bed.
If anyone's ever seen the
Yeah,
movie
just
Freddy Got
sideways.
Fingered, I'm the backwards
Oh,
man.
no, I
the
don't have that
backwards
much
man,
space either.
The backwards
It's-
man.
it's
The
my chair.
backwards man.
Boxes, more stuff.
Okay, you
How do
just
you
watch
get
as.
into your chair?
Good excuse.
We're not playing Avatar tonight, are we?
Yeah, how do you get in?
Look,
Archie, I see you've typed a thing saying, I have a hunch they won't kill the Avatar. I've seen the future. Spoiler alert, we are in a divergent timeline.
What?
Yeah, remember the wish?
Yeah,
Spoiler
you're in a
alert,
divergent
I already
timeline
did
right
Edit
now.
this in post, Owen.
I've
We
already
can edit
killed
in
him.
post. It's all going to make sense at the end.
Don't make more work for me, that's a lot of work.
By the time this makes it to YouTube, it's going to be about a 15-minute video instead of the usual like 2 hour long.
People are going to be like, why are you guys doing
It'll
such
be a
short
YouTube
videos
short.
recently? It'll just be a YouTube short.
It'll be a TikTok. There'll be like a Minecraft speed run at the bottom and while we talk at the top.
It just seems like really weird cuts, and like between each cut, some people have like red faces from laughing,
It's gotta be the TikToks where there's like the video games of like them going through like a stupid game down the bottom.
Someone's doing like CSGO surfing where they do like the knife tricks and they're like sliding across them.
Do you want to do
Like
Getting
some
Over It
League
with like
Years
Kenneth
stuff.
Foley, the one where you're in like a cauldron and a hammer? Do you want to just do that at the bottom? That's like a
Yeah,
classic
yeah,
we haven't seen for a
yeah.
while.
That
I've
hurts my soul,
seen
that game.
some that have like cooking and like the ASMR
Oh,
stuff,
yeah,
but without the ASMR sound. They just like
That's
keep
weird.
that out.
No,
So it's
I've
like
seen
the
one-
cutting of soap and stuff like that that people used
I've
to do
seen the ones
ASMR
where they
videos
still
of.
have the sound and it's louder than the audio that you're trying
Ah,
Hate those. Hate that.
I've watched a lot of
Can't
horror
watch
movies
any-
that way on TikTok so far.
to listen to. Oh my
I can't watch any of that Bakugan stuff or whatever it is. The people eat food. It's not Bakugan. That's just
Food wars.
Mukbang.
It's the Bakugan.
I'm pretty sure Bakugan's
it.
Isn't Bakugan like an anime character?
It's a game
no,
of
Bakugan's like the one that-
Bakugan Brawl.
Balls.
Oh,
They
it's like
throw
such
them
a
at people.
Pokemon / Digimon ripoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
it's
have
got,
Pokemon
this
not sued?
And you throw a ball, and then it like turns into a monster.
How have they not sued?
I think I should say
Seriously.
sorry
They
to
also
the
added
mukbang
Yu-Gi-Oh into it
fans,
somehow,
not the
but we're not
Bakugan
sure how.
fans. Mukbang's bigger. Sorry.
How have they not sued? I'm just looking at this. I'm like, wow, like this is definitely.
It's
asking for a
anime. Like
lawsuit.
all animes are based on like the same things.
Yeah, it's true.
You can't sue one without suing them all.
That's
Like
that's fair.
Digimon. Like, come on. You just added Mon in Digi.
Yeah. How did Digimon not? Oh wait, which one came first, Pokemon or Digimon?
Oh no, I don't know the answer.
I'm on it.
Do you know when the best time to find out would be?
Usually
In the
Pokemon.
middle of an Avatar Legends stream.
Anyone that's
Digimon was
very happy you
97.
came here, we're sorry.
We love you all.
I'm gonna
okay?
change it to just chatting. Let's just update the update the stream title.
They both
Did you find
came
out?
out like the same year.
Oh, that's tough then. Okay,
They
That
both
makes,
come out
like-
97.
they can
Okay,
both
so
exist.
someone from one company went to the other company and was like, "Oi, this guy's doing this.
Yeah.
So release
Oi,
it. It's
you
gonna be a
guys,
big
guys.
hit."
You gotta hear what these guys are doing.
They were like
Dude,
out
see how
having
much money
like
they make?
dinner together.
Definitely.
See how much money these guys make from merch? Bankloads. All we gotta do is just, I don't know, change it a little bit. We can make a little like pterodactyl dude. Easy.
If we just add
Just add Digi.
robot parts to them, we'll be good. We'll be good, guys.
And they don't evolve; they
Yeah, you can
merge together
make
into
characters
like
fucking
bigger,
yeah.
bigger versions.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah, they have a patch.
Okay. You all have
I
a
think we
lovely
should all
night's
go to
sleep.
bed. Yeah.
I actually do go tell them about what I said. Like,
Oh,
sorry,
okay. Marco, as you
No, but we can just skip that bit. Like, we can just.
This is what we talk about before we go to bed. This is all like a pillow talk.
no, Marco, we can't. There is something
Digimon.
happening outside that I can't skip over.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Marco, as you step outside, you can see that a number of the torches and sconces are still lit. The temple itself normally would be quite dark by this stage, but there is quite a buzz of activity, more than you would normally suspect. And as you look overhead, you can see a couple of air nomads holding lanterns on either side of their kites, flying overhead and looking around. One of the air nomads who's coordinating some of the other members, like pointing and telling them to go in different directions, sees you sort of coming out of the guest house and steps up towards you. It's a younger man, probably only a few years older than yourself, full arrow tattoos, full air nomad tattoos, and he's holding a clipboard with a long piece of burnt stick that he's using to write with. As he steps over, he looks at you, cocks his head and goes, yes, I believe that you were one of the people who first reported Librarian Nomu missing, correct?
I'm a bit phasey on the details, but yes.
Yes, I was actually on my way to ask you some more questions. Would you mind if I asked them of you now while you are here? I wouldn't mind if we could stay outside. I can keep
Is
an
this
eye on
what
the rest.
this is all happening for? Like, you're looking for him?
Yes, we are hoping to locate him. It is now past dark. We are concerned about his safety.
You can ask questions, but first, have you thought about the reason why he got kidnapped?
I'm not sure. I've not been included in those conversations. My role has been to help coordinate
Okay.
and
So you can get passes on to more important people? Cool.
yes.
We think that it's because he has the birth records, and because the Avatar would have been born recently, he would have had those records.
Yes. He recently made copies of such a record of a number of air nomad children born, air nomad babies
Do you
born.
know
on
where
the
those
same.
copies would be?
There was one sent to each temple to help identify who the new avatar might be, and he kept a few copies here for himself, I imagine.
You might want to go check if they're still here.
Yes.
Any other questions?
I was going to
What is that?
ask. I was going to ask if he seemed distressed at all when you saw him. Was he
Now,
anxious?
because I
or
only saw him for
distressed?
2 seconds. I only saw him for 2 seconds. Did he seem distressed? Because I can't quite remember. That's like a while ago
No, he seemed.
for me.
No, you guys hung out with him for like 5-10 minutes. He seemed really chill. Like he
No,
traded a pie.
while he was down there.
Being stuffed into a cage. Yeah, he seemed pretty distressed.
Okay, he got stuffed into a cage. I don't remember.
Oh,
that
you
bit,
were there
that's
for that,
all.
yeah. So when you hung out with him, he just was pretty chilled out, pretty happy, directed you to the information that you needed. And then when you guys did catch up to the Earthbenders, he was busy being pushed into a cage by the Earthbenders, and then that cage took off a sky bison, carrying it and
Okay,
lifting it up into
cool.
the air.
Cool. So like when he was just here chilling, he just ate a pie, fruit pie, a berry pie. We didn't give him the mango ones; they're too good for. so we get them for ourselves. And then he was sort of panicked when he got pushed into the cage, I'd say.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was the main questions. We hadn't had an account of his mood, of how he was acting, if he was acting suspicious at all, or if he might have known this was coming, but it seems very clear that he did not.
I think the fact that he got pushed into a cage says otherwise, yeah.
Yes. Excellent, thank you. I will pass on that information. That is quite a worrying sign. Whoever kidnapped him may be after the Avatar. That is... I'm not... Yes, thank you. That is very...
Yeah, the guiding winds probably want the Avatar for some shit.
Sorry, who?
What?
You said a name. I've not been informed of who the group were. You said the Guiding Wind?
Yeah.
Did they say that? Did they announce themselves to you?
They did announce themselves to like each other.
Okay. Right.
Two like earthbenders and one like airbender.
Okay. I had heard reports that they were using some mercenaries, Earth Nation mercenaries.
Wait, there were more than two?
I think it was
Those 2
6
groups.
of them. Yeah.
Oh, I don't. Cool. There were 6 of them. Yes. I remember that.
They acted as 2 entities in the combat, so that's probably where
Just to make
it
life
like, kind
easier
of
for
gets
me.
confusing. Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't there for any of that.
No, I played.
No,
Mako,
but like
remember? He hasn't listened to
in
the
the
previous
last
episode.
one,
you were there
in the
for
last
it.
one you were in,
You were
we
there
probably
for it,
only
right?
touched on like the 2 main of each party.
One person looked like they were like a defector from the Earth Nation. One person was dressed as like, I don't know, an Earth Nation. I'm not going to say the German Reichsstaat word for a military person from back in the old days.
Just say a uniform.
A
I was
military.
gonna say a word. I'm trying so.
What were they?
Yeah, I don't want to say the German word for the military men in the 1940s.
No, don't do that.
Word. I meant like I was going to know the N word.
Just a military uniform is fine. You just military uniform.
Military
is fine.
uniform, 1940s. Yeah.
What's the uniform that we had problems with last time? They were the... What's the special police?
Queen's Guard.
Queen's Guard, yeah.
Yeah,
they
the
look like that.
Royal Guard. The Royal Guard. At the moment,
Royal
they're the
Guard,
Queen's
yeah.
Guard because the Earth Kingdom is ruled over by a queen, but they're
Queen?
the
What's
Royal
the
Guard.
other name for them?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
There
remember.
was
Not the
another
Dai
name
Li.
for them. Yeah, the Dai Li.
Yeah, Dai Li.
No, the Dai Li are
Yeah.
the secret guards.
Yeah, that's
They're
what he
not
was
the-
trying
Oh,
to
you're
do.
looking for the Dai Li. Oh,
What, did it look
the
like Daily?
SS.
Did it
No,
look
the-
like Daily? Or...
No,
they
no,
look
no,
like
no.
Dai Li.
They looked like bandits. Really, they.
Oh, okay, so they're just
They
mercenaries.
were wearing like
Like mercenaries,
Kind of-
defectors.
old military.
Yeah, that's all I got. Have fun with this information. Tell the higher ups. I'm gonna go have a nice sleep now.
Yes, very wise. Thank you for this information. Gives you a
Sleep
nod.
well.
I think I shall be up for most of the night, but I hope you have a good night's sleep.
I will.
Very well. Thank you.
You should have
Goes
been
back.
like, well, when did I ask?
He wanders back over to the group, rushing a little bit, and as he gets to the edge of the plateau, he pulls out from his back his kite. His staff turns into a kite and takes off towards the larger
And I
central
shoot him
temple.
down. No.
Okay, yeah, so do you want to make an attack?
Jesus.
Target is acquired. Tangle, tangle, delta.
Can you imagine if Owen actually did all of the actions that we said, and I
Oh,
did it? I'm just kidding.
We would
Imagine
be
if he
war
didn't
criminals.
let us take it back.
We would be war criminals at this point.
It's tempting. You'd learn very quickly not to be funny. So that's why I let you continue, because then you'd be like I think you'd be like treading on ice every time. You'd be like,
Oh yeah, no, it'd be like.
Owen, I think I might do this. I'm thinking
We
I
would
might
have to
do this.
think about everything so much more than we do.
Oh yeah, no, it would be so hard. Yeah. Then I go back and just
Yep.
have a sleep.
All right, all of you may have a lovely long night's sleep.
Yay!
You
Only took
awaken.
us
You awaken the next morning
an hour.
to Al, kind of like tapping. I'd say who would Al talk to? Al would probably.
Wrong.
Who's Al the least afraid of waking up? Probably Rung.
Wrong.
Probably
Rung, as you're sleeping, you feel sort of a gentle tap on your shoulder and a little bit of a shake. And as you kind of come to, Al standing over you, fully dressed again. Rung, psst, Rung. I've got to go do some more. I've got to go do some more airbender training today. But I'll catch up with you guys later.
Why?
Okay? What?
Where?
In the temple. I'll
Where?
catch up with you later.
Who?
Al steps back and looks over at the
Wait.
other beds to see who else might be even like easier to wake up.
Role playing.
All of you can
None of
start.
you.
All of you can start hearing this now. It starts waking up as you hear.
I grab my pillow and just shock it at Rung.
Just like
do you want
it's
to roll me?
you're
Do you want to
being
roll
like,
me with passion? I think you'd throw that very passionately.
Oh yeah.
He throws a lot of things passionately.
10. That is true.
Absolute success. As you're sort of going, ow, this pillow smacks you in the face, and as it hits you, you get such a shock, you kind of roll with it and immediately fall out of the bed, straight onto the hard earth floor as you straight down. Yeah.
You
And
take the
before, that sounds
condition
amazing.
doom.
I love this.
Al has to like step back as you drop to the floor, and he's like, "Oh, now that you're awake, Rung, and Mako, I've got to go do some airbending practice."
I'm already
with
back
the
asleep.
Other
I'm gone.
I've got to go do some airbending practice with the other air nomads. I'll catch you guys later, okay?
It's not
Shurva
those
kinda, like, starts
windy
to sit
guys,
up.
is it?
Yeah, I've got to do. There's like some really heavy
Talking
cloud.
to the windy boys again, are you? Not them like ancient windy men.
Did you say that?
I just... Yeah, why not? I recently watched Life of Brian.
He's not the Messiah. Hey, boy.
Yep. I see now.
You're not talking to them northern
I'm
wind
not
men or
asking.
whatever,
I'm not
are
asking
you?
where the reference is from. I know where the reference is from. I'm asking why you've just done it. Why, Rung?
Why have we done anything
Don't ask me
we've
what
done this
happens in my
session?
life. That's just
What do you mean what we've done this session? We've done nothing.
We're halfway
You've gone to
through.
sleep.
We're over halfway through.
We have like 5 minutes of content.
All we've
and,
done is
something.
woken up from a sleep.
We've only got like half an hour left, and this is what we've accomplished. You've woken up
mate.
from a
Everyone that's
sleep.
watching, thank you for
Shurva
being
starts
here.
to wake up
It's a
and
chaos. We know.
she kind of like looks at Al and's like, what time do you think he'll be back?
I don't know. It depends on how quickly the other air nomads and I can like come up with a technique to get through the storm cloud. But hey, I did hear when Sister Taka came in before to wake me up. You guys are really heavy sleepers, by the way. She said that the air nomads might have a job for you guys. If you wanted to get on Mango and have a bit of a search around. Also, if you wanted to go check out the storm and get a bit of a gauge on how far away it is. Because the other air nomads are busy looking for Nomu, and we're still trying to get other stuff ready. So she suggested maybe you guys could go fly out and see how far away the storm is. Maybe get a bit of a bead on it and see what's happening with that.
Storm?
The storm that is surrounding
The one that we're like,
Yeah.
the
We
whole
can.
thing's about. Yeah.
Let's go look at the storm. We spent our time yesterday looking at Mr. Library. I've had enough of him for now.
Who's gonna ride Mango? Like, who's gonna control Mango?
Me and Mako.
That's
are
okay.
pro.
I spent a bit of time teaching. Who did I
Blind
teach?
bending.
I think I
You're
taught Mako a little bit to ride Mango. I taught Mako a little bit. He should be able to pick it up. And Mango's a good girl.
Okay. As long as he doesn't drive us straight into the storm, I think it's gonna be fine.
Oh, I don't think Mango will want to go into the storm. I don't think she'll let you.
Okay.
Threat of fire is always tempting.
All right. Good
Is
luck,
that a
guys.
twerking cow?
I'll wake up Mako up.
as Al passes by, he sort of sees Mako really snuggled in. He gets this little mischievous glint in his eye, and you watch as he begins cloud bending. The condensation in the room is pulled to this central cloud, and you see this tiny little rain cloud form above Mako. And as Al keeps concentrating and focusing, Oki and Ahini wake up and see him doing this big grin washes across their faces. And as Al concentrates and begins sort of bending, you watch as the very, very light rain begins to fall on Mako. As Mako begins like writhing around, for podcast listeners, Andrew's role-playing writhing around silently. As Mako begins rolling around,
Can you do it
Al
on your
loses
bed?
concentration.
Oh yeah. Let me just know.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought for a second he was going to do it.
Do it.
I was getting ready to make a
Slower.
stream highlight.
Lower.
Now take your shirt off and do it.
God.
Yeah, baby.
You don't want to see that.
Good.
That's not something you want to see.
Nah, we're doing
You'll be blinded.
Imagine you have so much chest hair.
we're doing a bath stream tonight. So everyone, it's time to play Avatar Legends as waterbenders in the bath.
Yay!
Can I bring my?
It's coming back to Twitch. Coming back.
Bath streams, they're not really, are they?
They're coming back, baby.
They're coming back.
Okay. Because I was thinking we could do bath salt streams where we all take bath salts and then stream.
Oh my god.
I mean,
that'd be more entertaining than a bath stream, right? Like,
it's
right?
called a hot
Who's
tub
currently
stream.
eating a man.
hot tub stream. Sorry, hot tub stream. No, but calling it a bathtub stream is just so much more dismissive of it, right? Like, it just makes it sound really lame.
They're not even in a hot tub, they're just in a
Come
bottle.
join the bath salt stream. What's they don't get their face eaten? Who knows?
Yeah, I've been corrected on chat. Chat are correcting me as well. Look, you all know you want a bath salt stream, right? We're not doing it. We're doing drunk science. Someone else can take that hit, literally.
alright, I'll do it.
Okay, thanks, Archie. No,
I feel like Archie already has a scene for that.
Really?
He's looking.
A what?
Do you already have like a scene for that?
What do you mean a scene?
Like a crowd
Like
of viewers.
An
who-
OBS scene.
Oh, I think you meant like a literal scene.
yeah,
It's
It
like,
has like a bathtub along the bottom of it or something. That sounds like something that you would do.
I think you do.
I think I do.
It's somewhere.
I
It's
was
definitely
promoting
somewhere.
myself as a hot tub streamer.
Yeah,
do you
you're
want me to
preparing for
animate
this.
one where occasionally like bubbles pop up? Because I did. Whose animated overlay did I do?
You
I did
did
someone's
something for
overlay. I
me.
did like an
Once
animated.
again.
I did.
You
I've
did
done
one
a
for
few
me.
animes.
Once
I've done it
again.
actually. I did one for
just do
drag.
that
I think I've done one for most people actually. Actually, on that topic, I also just composed some music for one of the viewers as well who wanted an intro music for their pirate D&D campaign. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. So quickly today, just composed a bit of
Bad
music
day
for
for a
fun.
lost
Just- if my work are listening, I worked really hard today as well. This
I
was
just
on my
did
lunch
it at
break.
lunch.
This was my lunch break.
Yeah.
I probably
You got
Yeah,
a 10
just
hour
get
lunch
back.
break.
Keep us on track.
Anyway, I'll lose his concentration as Mako begins like writhing around inside the bed, trying to get out of the way of this like very light rain. I'll lose his concentration, and the clouds immediately just begin dissipating. And I'll go, I need a bit more practice. That's right. I'll get Mako next time. And then like skips out joyfully. That's probably something Al does.
I see it.
Skips out.
I don't know, it's been so long, I don't remember all.
Yeah, it's been too long. I eventually look at him like, Aquila? No, Aquila, was that you? Looking
What?
at the water around me.
Not guilty.
Sure.
How does your blood
was
feel?
it?
What?
How does your
Sure,
blood
who
feel?
was it? My blood feels normal.
Yeah, he was asking if it was like, oh, okay, no, it definitely wasn't him then. No. Not to,
No,
sorry, not to put you in a box.
He-
Not you said you.
You're really just putting him in the box there. Like he can do more than just bloodbend.
Yeah,
He's also
we
does
talked
really
about
crappy.
it.
I mean, I'm an
cover shows.
earthbender. I can put you in a box. I'm an earthbender. I can.
We had a whole conversation about this last session.
Wait, I feel like I'm stuck in a time warp.
Let's do.
I like apologized. There was like redemption, like
Immediately.
It's just a jump to the left. No, we're not doing it. So as Oki and Ahini sort of get up and look around, they're like, Oki sort of like looks down at her stomach and goes, I could go for some food. I'm pretty hungry. Did you guys want to grab a bite to eat?
You know what? That sounds great.
And then jump on the back of Mango, and Mako is just covered in blood rain, vampire facials. Anyone? What is going on? Like, what?
I just want,
guys, what the hell's that?
I just want
Can we
everyone
just
to
talk about
know
that
that
for a
this
second?
isn't even me.
No,
Yeah,
you're not even
I
involved in
read it.
this.
I honestly read it and thought it was you.
I just got Dr. Frankenfurter in my head, like, well, how do you do that? Well, how about that? Can't get it out of my head. Love
I
Dr.
see you
Frankenfurter.
shiver with
Anticipation.
And it may be the rain. No, I'm not doing it.
you say that and then you keep going.
No, it's because it's such a fun character.
It's so good.
It's not aged well. None of that movie has aged well.
No.
But it is such a fun character.
The opening.
No, his legs have aged
scene.
well.
The opening scene has aged well.
The end credits.
The end credits have aged well. But a lot of the stuff in the middle with like very much no consent, very much problematic behaviors being perpetrated by a group who really don't need the negative stigma. Yeah, it's not great. We're talking about Rocky Horror Picture Show, if no one knows what that is. If you don't know what it is, it's quite an old musical. It was very good at the time. It is still good. The music is excellent, but
The music is very good.
there are some themes in it which are they have not aged very well. Like some of the behaviors done by certain people in that are not particularly great behaviors.
Time Warp is good though.
Time Warp is
Oh,
brilliant.
fuck yes.
Which,
You
by
used
the
to hate
way,
this
I
song
just-
because
I
it was
just
always
added-
played at any family gathering, but then I watched the movie and now I'm like, okay, I like this now.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing is the way, because it's Tim Curry. If you like Tim Curry, and you should like Tim Curry because he's fucking amazing. It's just Tim Curry being Tim Curry times a million for a solid like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah.
How's it go? It goes for a while.
If you like Fern Gully, you'll like Rocky Horror.
That's an interesting pipeline of
That's a
recommendation.
weird,
I
yeah.
would. That's a really. I would
Yeah.
not.
You know, you know who plays like the big smug dude in Fern Gully? That's Tim Curry who does
but that's
that
a
voice.
very different character and a very different tone.
That's
Yeah,
two
toxic-
dots you're connecting.
But that's like me saying. That's like me saying if you
Hey,
like
good that song
Clue,
is.
you'll also like. But that's a better connection because that's actually slightly closer to the vibe of.
It's Tim Curry.
Well, and
Tim
also
Curry.
it's like the same era. It's the same.
He is
Like,
the movie. No one cares about any part of like Fern Gully. That part doesn't matter. It's just Tim Curry. It's the only reason you watch that movie.
I haven't seen Fern Gully
So
in a while.
it is.
I'll have to
I'll
watch
watch
it
that
again,
movie.
and I'll sit
Fern
there
Gully.
and I will take a note of how
Oh, it
it's
is a good
very
movie.
dissimilar to Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I'll come back and I will hand
Listen
you
to Toxic Love. All you need.
Toxic Love. Okay, sure. That actually is an appropriate name for the problems with Rocky Horror Picture Show. Actually, turns out there is a connection. I apologize, Brandon. I was very wrong. Jesus Christ, this is a disaster of a stream.
Once again, we're going.
As you guys
Sorry.
go, yep,
Sorry,
That's
I'm
right.
just gonna say that's like saying if you like it,
Yeah.
you like
yeah,
you'd like Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I agree. Hiya, Georgie. Look, Tim Curry is the quintessential it, but I have to say, Skarsgård did a pretty good job in the new ones. He was terrifying. The thing he does with his lip, where it like curls downwards, it's freaky, man. And he like actually dribbled on the kids when he was doing his like running
Ew.
towards them scene. Yeah, because he's actually his like spit dribbling down when he does bits of those things. And when he was screaming in one of their faces, he hadn't like finished swallowing, so he just sprayed them. And apparently they were like finding that hilarious in the moment because he's dressed up in the clown makeup, being terrifying, and I think he was feeling really worried that he'd like scared these kids and traumatized them or something. And they're like, "No, that was great take." It's quite funny. You guys go have some breakfast. It's pretty empty in the hall, the meal hall. A number of the air nomads seem to be out somewhere else, probably looking for Nomu at this point, or maybe sleeping off a night of searching. As you finish your meal in silence, again, mostly fruits and some vegetables. There's also some bay wraps, which is a like a flatbread covered in honey made out of wheat and a little bit of sugar mixed in as well. So I feel like Owen is really slowing us down tonight. He's really getting in the way of our inane chatter. Like, he keeps trying to force a narrative on us, a direction. Like, who is this guy? It's almost like his entire job is to manage the game. I'm updating my title. I'm GM, game manager. I'm like having to actually manage things. As you finish your breakfast, you head down to the stables. Mango, it looks like, has been recovered from the garden after destroying some of those trees and eating them after you guys just sort of abandoned her there after finding Rung. She's all saddled up and ready to go. And oh no. Tim Curry got me sinking over pollution.
Sorry, if you came here for Avatar, we're so sorry about this whole stream. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway, okay? Like, honestly, this has just been great.
It's at the point now where I feel like we should just play Toxic Love and just... We're definitely going to get a copyright strike for it.
Toxic Love. Surely it's in public domain now.
No.
Movies
As
like
you climb on the back of Mango, Mako takes the reins.
Oh shit, what?
Breaking him
Oh, yeah.
Mako, as you take the reins of Mango, what do you do?
Is everyone on?
Everyone's on. Oki and Hini are with you as well.
Meow. It was yip yip, right?
As soon as you say that, Mango
Guys, it was yip yip, right?
lets out this growl and takes off vertically, like quickly. Ahini and Oki, who are both like leaning over the edge to kind of like get a bit of a look off the side of the plateau, immediately like drop backwards into the saddle, like sort of falling quite hard and going like, little bit of warning next time, Mako. Like seriously, you can't even manage a bit of a heads up.
Nope.
How long have you known Mako
snooze,
at this
you win.
point?
That's a good point. Yeah.
You snooze and you win. Good point.
No, that's a really good point.
I don't know how the saying works, Mako. I snooze a lot. Don't think it's snooze and win. My camera's gone.
Yep, his camera just died. I can report. I'll turn it off on stream. Let me know when it comes back on, and we'll get you.
He's
back.
winning. Look at it.
As you take off and begin flying up, Mako, you can see over the ocean towards the southeast of where you guys are, down towards the coastline, a massive dark storm cloud swirling violently, and occasionally cracks of lightning, flashes shining through. Pretty far away at this point, but you can see this storm cloud right on the horizon. And as you sort of take up and look, the storm cloud is massive. It takes up miles and miles and miles of the area over the ocean, and the waves underneath, probably from where you guys are looking down,
Now,
you can see the ocean is
quick question.
violent.
I think you turned off the wrong camera.
Oh, did I? Oh yeah, I did.
No.
I turned off yours.
I mean, you should probably keep it off, but like, I just-
Makes sense. This is a train wreck of a. That's pretty funny. Yeah, you can see the waves crashing underneath. Probably not the individual waves, but you can see white across the surface of the sea underneath this storm underneath. Oki and Nahini kind of like turn, look at each other, and look back towards and go, "That's a pretty violent storm. Like, I would not want to be on the ocean right now." So we need to go find the sky bison, right? Like, we're looking for where the sky bison is in this storm. How are we going to do that without getting too close to the storm?
See,
Binoculars.
I like what you said. Everything up until that point. And as I start taking us towards the storm.
Oki sort of looks at you and goes, "Mako, you know what you're doing, right? Like, you know how to avoid getting too close. Like, you want to sort of stay up a bit, right? Like, I
Yeah,
remember
up a
Al
bit,
said-
and then
okay,
we'll be fine.
great. Should we have brought an airbender with us for this?"
Probably, but we'll fake it till we make it, right?
What's the worst that could happen?
Oki sort of like looks down below at the churning seas and looks back at you guys.
We have waterbenders.
We know
We're
how
fine.
to play with water.
It's true, we do have 3 waterbenders with us. Okay, alright, that's probably enough waterbenders. Okay. With that, you guys travel over. The land falls away quite quickly
Just
beneath
wish.
you. The
Jesus
mountain
Christ.
area. Oh no. The mountain area where the Eastern Air Temple is set up falls away to kind of a flat land around it quite quickly. As you hug the coastline, not really brave enough to head straight out over the open ocean at this point, I think it's probably fair to say. Yeah.
Yep.
The storm grows darker and darker. The lightning far more frequent. Could I have you all roll me a assess a situation check just to see if any of you...
This is probably what the assessor situation is for, but I was going to ask, is the lightning sort of localized to a certain area?
That's a very good question. I think you should do an assess a
think you
situation.
should.
Yep. I like that. I was going to ask that, and then you just said that.
My roll's
where
very
is
good,
it?
by the
There
way.
it is.
Slightly
Does it have? Just out of curiosity, does it have to be creativity?
Yes, it does.
Shit.
Yeah, you have like a negative on those at the moment, don't you?
Yep.
I might not kind of come through, but I definitely got a 20.
Now it looks like a 7
Yeah.
to me. Success with consequences.
I don't know. I don't know if mine might not come through, but I think I got a full success.
No, that's a 5. That's a miss. Mako, I mean, as you look at this storm, it's pretty intimidating to look at. You've got no
I just
idea.
focus on flying mango then.
Aquila, you get to ask a question.
Yay!
What would you like to know?
Oh,
You have a
now.
question about the right now. About the surrounds, what
Save
you
for next
see, what you're looking at, what you want. Rung, yours was a 4. That's a miss. Shurva, yours was a 5. That's a miss.
Yeah. So it's all on Aquila to ask a
Progress
single
changes
question that
factory.
will answer everything.
About
No pressure.
anything? About anything?
About what you can see, hear,
Oh, okay.
taste, smell, touch around you.
Ooh, what's the air taste like?
No pressure.
That's not
Yeah,
my
no,
question.
no. Really good question. That's your question. There's a quite a sharp tang to the air, like a taste of oat. No,
Oats.
What's
Tangy
my,
oats.
I'm gonna go with one of the ones
Ozo
there.
was what I was going to say.
What's my best way through?
Your best way through the clouds, through the storm.
Yeah. Or like, like through where we need to go to.
At this stage, Aquila, you can see that most of the storm clouds are actually quite low. You could probably encourage Mako to fly above them. The question is, though, that how far out you're willing to go over the ocean and how far away the main center of this storm is. Because you can see that these storm clouds, they're still moving in a circular motion. There is a superstorm somewhere at the center of this vast reaching network of clouds. Probably much, much bigger, probably much, much larger in terms of like height up into the upper layers of the atmosphere. You're probably safe to fly over the storm for the moment, but you'll want to be a bit careful heading further in too far, as the winds will start to get a lot more unsafe.
Do you pass on this one?
Do I pass this? Yeah. I think we should go higher.
How much? Do you think we're good for a little bit, or just...
Let's just go.
Let's just go?
Let's go.
Just send it.
Yep.
Put your foot down.
You put your foot down, Mango sort of like underneath you. It's just
Yeah.
like, you do remember though, giving her a gentle kick makes her go a bit faster. So Mango surges forwards, and you have to like pull up on the reins a little bit to kind of direct her up over the top of the storm cloud.
Yep.
As you head above, some of the darkness that was kind of falling across you falls away as the sun high above is shining now brightly, but below you, it looks like you're flying over an ocean of dark, roiling cloud. As the cloud itself moves and twists, forming almost what look to be shapes underneath the cloud, like dark creatures swimming through it. And that's what you see. Oh god, what have chat said now? I can tell you how bad the storm is. I just need to find an old person saying their hit hurts first. Oh my god. Yeah, you didn't bring an old airbender with you. You could be like, oh, it's pretty bad here. My knees are clicking something fierce. But yeah, as you begin sort of heading over the top cloud layer, Mako, you can see that this stretch of cloud stretches out north, south, and east of where you are, because you guys have come from the west of this position, or west of this particular location. Far off in the distance, you can just see what looks to be a very dark, almost dome-like structure. Far, far out in the distance, almost out of the range of your vision. Across this sea of dark cloud.
I think we found the where the spirit is.
So, should we
get closer? Is that what you're gonna say?
Should we turn back?
How?
You want to get closer?
How fast does it seem to be moving?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I'm gonna get you to roll one more assess the situation for me.
Are we faster than it?
That's a question
Like on Mango.
Mako can answer in a second with his assess the situation, maybe. No,
Is it
that is a
getting further away
5. That is a
from us?
miss.
No,
Mako,
I just I just rolled.
Oh, okay.
I just rolled.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Okay. 7 is a success. So what was the question? How far away is it?
How
fast is it moving?
the storm?
Mako, it's moving really quickly. The section that you're over right now seems to be moving quite rapidly. You think that probably in the next few hours, the beginning of this storm front will actually hit the Eastern Air Temple.
And
however,
the
darker one, as you're kind of on Mango, you're not going very fast right now. You're going at a much more leisurely pace, looking at. It's getting much, much more visible, quite rapidly. And you realize that dark section of storm cloud will probably hit the Eastern Air Temple within 24 hours.
Cool. Guys, let's just go back for now. I think it's safer over there. I don't want to really be here anymore. We found out everything we need to know.
Sure?
Yeah, it's going to happen.
We can still go higher.
No. It's going to happen like within a day. It's going to be really bad within like the next 5 to 6 hours, I guess.
Like wind, bit of rain,
thunderstorms,
lightning, thunder.
Lightning,
That's
thunder.
not bad.
Thunder.
That's not
Like
bad.
you know how, but it's not the eye of the storm, so it's going to be really bad.
Yeah.
But any dealt with these undergrounds doesn't seem that bad to me, really.
Oh, okay. So when you're above ground, it's really bad. Like buildings can get knocked over, and you can get crushed by like falling stuff, and like lightning can hit you if it's really bad. If you're in the wrong spot.
Yeah,
if,
we
like,
should go then.
You probably don't want to stand under a
I'm
tree.
not interested
Don't do
in
that.
this. I was going to ask you why, but I'm going to take your word on this one.
What you really want to do, Rung,
Papa.
is stand out in the middle of an open field with a metal rod. That protects you
A
from
lead
lightning.
rod?
A metal rod. Just a metal rod. Will protect you
Could
from
be
lightning.
lead. Because I've got a lot of lead back home.
Why do you have lead?
Don't ask
Cause-
these things.
I thought it was a coal mine. I'm getting really confused now.
Well, there's not only just coal in the ground, there's also like lead as well. And that's why you got to see, like, all the children in our town, we have to see Lead Ted as a child.
Is he like... Who's
You've
Lead Ted?
done this before, Brandon. This is your second time using lead, Ted.
Damn it. I just wanted to reference it to see if anyone remembered.
It's your
It's a
second
teddy
time.
bear that takes your blood to see how much lead's in there.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I make this joke, but it's a real world thing to happen to me.
So, Mako, you're kind of keen to turn Mango around at this stage.
I'm keen, I'm sort of like starting to bring Mango back.
As you do, the winds seem to actually have been coming from behind you, almost the top of the storm. The winds are actually pulling towards the storm itself. And as you go to
So
turn,
it's sort of...
pulling you towards that central massive storm in a bit of a spiral arc. As you go to turn, Mango's sort of having to fight against the wind to pull you guys away. And it's looking like it's quite hard for her to do. As Oki and Ahini kind of lean over the edge and look, they go, Mako, I don't think we're moving very much.
Cool. What was the command for down? Wow. Brain didn't work.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Pew pew? That's not it.
Mango begins descending.
Oh no, we made it that? Oh no.
No, we didn't. I'm just kidding.
Pew pew.
Was it just release the...
Just let the reins go loose.
Yeah.
Mango begins descending towards the cloud layer. As you guys
Everyone
get closer
hold
and
on.
closer,
Everyone hold
Oki
on.
goes like, are you sure you want to take us into the clouds?
No, but honestly, it's either that or get sucked further in.
As you see Oki's kind of panic expression, Mango drops below the cloud layer. There's a brief
I hope-
moment where
grab on, guys.
everything
This-
goes dark. Then the wind hits, howling in your ears, deafening you to the sounds of others talking. I need all of you to roll me a push your luck to hold onto the saddle and avoid being thrown off Mango's back.
Is it
How
pushing
are
us?
you single-handedly fucking us
It's just
every single
wild.
session?
The wind is just buffeting you from all directions,
Now,
coming at you.
the
from,
wind.
Yes.
Is it now pushing us outwards?
No, it's coming at you from every direction because you're in a goddamn storm and it's not a consistent like push.
I guess it makes sense why you need
Aquila's
like,
got an absolute
an
success.
airbender
That's a
in these
12.
situations.
Oh, what was it? Push your
I've
luck?
had
Push your
such
luck.
bad rolls lately.
But you've got a whip. You've got a whip. A whip would help you out here. That's a miss. No, that doesn't help you out
It's
here.
big whip.
It's a really big
Hey.
Okay.
Literally every roll I've done in the last 2 sessions has been a miss.
At what
Like
point did
just
you not?
barely.
Success. You guys watch. Shurva, you weren't ready for this. You didn't really think Mako was serious when he said, "Oh, we're gonna go into the clouds." And it's only when Oki sort of let out this gasp that you see the cloud just envelop you. There's a brief moment of calm before suddenly you feel this almost like a wrenching force pulling you upwards. And for a brief moment, you can't feel the saddle beneath your feet anymore. You are just in the open sky as the wind knocks you from the back. Then you feel a sudden pull as something grabs onto your leg, something wet and cold. A water whip from Oki and Ahini as they hold out and try to grab you in place. You can see they're barely holding on as well. Aquila, with a 12, an absolute success, you would be able to intervene here as well if you wanted to.
Is
Remember the heartfelt little conversation we had last session?
No, I was going to ask if anyone else looks like they're in trouble.
No, everyone else passed. Everyone else passed their rolls.
Yeah,
It's just Shurva.
I guess I'll help her.
How are you going to try and like blood bend to hold her in position? Are you going to water bend?
No, I'll water bend. I'll try and like pull her down.
Suddenly, Shurva, a second water whip snags around your other leg, and together they begin pulling you closer.
Oh, sorry. Can I do it around her arm instead of her leg?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
Oh,
that's
that,
like
that,
really make us smash into Mango.
What an asshole.
We had such a nice little like heartfelt little session.
It doesn't sound like you
in
did,
the last
though.
session.
Doesn't
I can
sound
let you go.
I heard the teeth clenching that I can let you go.
That's a man barely holding on to his rage. That's a man who's angry at a cat but can't take it out on the cat. So.
It's a man full of blood.
It's a man with a bitten hand. Shurva, as one of your hands is like grabbed by this water whip, you can still feel this storm pulling at you, buffeting you around. Did you want to try and do something with your...
Yeah, so I don't know like how feasible this would be with me being like, in the air kind of thing, but I was gonna grab my whip and try to put the end of it around like a part of the saddle.
Yeah,
so, like
absolutely.
I'm just picturing like the saddles from Avatar. They have like these little like knobs kind of thing, and I should be able to like wrap it around.
Decorative structures, absolutely. Yeah, handholds as well that you can try and wrap it around. Yeah, could you please roll me with skills and training?
Yeah. All my rolls have been so bad.
This one's going to be good. You got rid of all the rolls.
You've got a really long whip. It's fine.
I have a really long whip.
If it's a failure, it's going to wrap around Aquila's neck and start strangling him.
Let me roll.
That's copyright. You can't do too much of that. You have to stop there. We're going to get hit. Copyright strike. You can't.
8.
8. That's enough. As you
success with consequence.
Throw out the whip, it grabs. It loops around part of the saddle. And with those 3 anchor points, you were able to pull yourself back onto the saddle. As per Archie's deliberate grabbing of your arm, you face plant into the saddle. Mako, I'm going to need you to push your luck to keep Mango under control.
Oh, got this. Got it.
You let him steer. You let him steer.
No, wrong one. That one.
Mako also has a little knob.
I just read that.
Amazing. 10, absolute success. Mako, probably just pure fear and adrenaline is keeping you together right now. As you no one hears this scream, right? Because the wind just snatches it from your mouth and tears away the sound before it can go through the air into anyone's ears. As you're just holding on, pulling left and right in pure darkness. Occasionally, the only things that you can see is the flash of lightning that illuminates the area around you. And as one of the lightning bolts comes right next to Mango, this right next to you, as you see it pierce through the clouds down to the ocean below, Mango lets out this roar and tries to pull away, but you're able to wrestle her back in and keep her on target. Whichever direction that might be, you don't really even know which way is up or down at this point. Going back out, you just pull back on the reins.
Mistakes made.
A few seconds later, you guys break through the top of the cloud layer again. All of you kind of like drenched, cold, and absolutely buffeted, your hair like plastered to your face by the rain and the wind. As Mako pulls up. And at this point, you're still a little bit deafened. Your ears ringing from one of the lightning bolts shooting down right on top of where you were. However, during that time, being buffeted by the storm and away from the winds, you are right at the edge of the storm cloud. And with a last push from Mango, you are able to just pull ahead of the winds that are pulling towards the storm and drop below to the front that's pushing away, allowing yourselves to glide, I'd say fairly effortlessly, but also a little bit tensely back towards the Eastern Air Temple, as you guys will kind of sit there looking at each other and looking at Mako, and Mako probably not saying much, I'm guessing, just like...
Hey, I'll turn us back around.
If anyone questions you, I will turn this bison around and ride us into the storm.
I miss when Al was driving.
No.
Yeah, we got the title for the episode. Riders of the Storm. 100% is the title of the episode tonight. Oh my god.
The mini episode. The mini episode tonight.
Like the episode that goes for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
30.
As you guys arrive back. As you guys arrive back at the Eastern Air Temple, looking very much worse for wear, you realize it's only been probably about 2 hours. As you land.
It's like, is our hair standing on end and like...
No, it's like plastered to your face from the wind and rain, like wetting it and then dropping it down against you. Like your clothes are soaked, you are cold, you are tired, your ears are still ringing a bit, and as you land, the stable master looks at you guys and goes, "What the fuck did you lot do?"
He drove.
The storm.
Not even gonna... No.
I just...
No.
What?
No. I'm gonna go get warm.
So when like Just,
Be right
just
back.
when you're trying to get out of a storm, would you generally go through the clouds
Hey,
to get
no.
out of it?
Don't.
No, go higher above the winds.
Oh,
Good to
Mako.
know.
It's almost like
That-
somebody said that.
I'm gonna just go and dry myself with fire. You all have fun.
He's such a dick. Stay
He is a
master.
dick, isn't he?
This older woman sort of turns to you guys and goes, "Wow, he's such a dick."
Yeah.
Don't suppose you have a fire that's not lit by heretics at all?
Some of the braziers
Sorry, I
are
meant
still
Fire Nation
active.
people.
You can go and stand over them and warm yourselves. If you want to get changed, there'd be some fresh clothes, warm clothes at the guest's cottage. If you don't mind wearing some clothes like us.
I have a bizarre question.
Okay.
As a waterbender, this is
Yeah.
more meta.
Oh, this is
As
a
a
question for
waterbender.
okay. Yeah.
You
Can
should be able
I-
to strip the water out.
Yeah.
Yeah, can
you
I
should be
pull
able
the
to-
water off
Yep.
of me?
I'm very confident I've seen them do that in the show. So yes.
Alright,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, I'll
Also,
just do that.
I hate this new habit I'm getting into of saying the word "seen." Like I've seen them do this. I need to stop doing that. I just caught myself doing it again. I have seen them do this.
Be confident in yourself. Be confident in yourself.
I
You know what
have
they can
seen them perform such an act, Aquila.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll
do. It
do
has
that.
been written in.
And
foretold by the gloom.
lo, it has been spoken.
Can I throw
and on the
my,
third day, sorry, what
my
was that?
water? Can I throw the water that I strip off myself onto Mako?
Of course you can throw it.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course you can. As you're warming up, Mako, just like holding some fire in your hands, warming yourselves up. This sudden burst of water against your back, this chilling cold water, immediately puts out the fire in your hands. As you have just finished, you'd finished drying your back. You're now like drying your front as this blast of cold water against you. And as you
Oh,
turn
it's actually
around,
blood, not water.
you see Oki and Ahini had done the exact same thing with their water as well. As this massive wave just smashes into you. Not a massive wave, as this, like a bucket full of water crashes into you.
I admit, I made a mistake. I got us out of there though.
Eventually.
We're all in one piece.
But you know,
Positives.
if we just listen to what I said to begin with, we
Nah.
wouldn't have been in this situation anyway.
Can I fist? I look at like Shurva and I look over at Killer.
Did you
Like
just
I
ask
give
if
him a
you
little
could
fist bump
fist
each.
Shurva?
Fist bump. There's this very important word that comes after. It's
important to include it then.
Bump them. I'm like, we got him to admit to doing something wrong here, guys. This is important.
This is the first step to healing. Admitting you have a problem is
You
step
didn't
one.
wish-
And I'm pretty
didn't
sure getting
wish for it.
struck on the head with coal is second. That's always how mine have gone.
That's just what happens when like it's like thing you dip a child in water, but for my town.
Because we had no water, we dipped them in molten lead.
Oh god. Oh god.
We only had this one well,
That's how
and
we
it was
got the dirty-
pretty polluted with coal dust and lead. So we just kind of ducked them in that.
Got the T3800, the one that turns into mercury and goes for the bars. That's how that happened.
As you guys dry off and begin looking a little bit worse for wear, that is where we're going to end for tonight's session. Come back next week. Dave is still not with us next week, is he? No, he's not with us next week, but he is with us.
Oh,
the
so
week
nothing's gonna happen next week
gonna-
either.
Another 20-minute episode next week, guys.
after. Do you want to do raft? Just do raft. Do you want to do raft? I'm happy because the problem, right, is that you solved
happy
the
to try
filler
something
stuff. The filler stuff, which was supposed to last 3 episodes, you got through quite quickly, and then the whole thing of
Yeah.
like there was a whole thing for you to go and find out about the records that show that he had like access and knowledge of who the Avatar might be. And there was a whole list of names that you were going to go find, but then Mako just out of his ass is like, he knows who the Avatar is. Drunk science. Drunk science.
Drunk science?
I think drunk science would be
drunk
cool.
science.
Drunk science would be awesome.
Okay, should we do drunk science?
Yeah.
I'd be
Six
keen
Thursday.
for drunk science.
Okay,
Can I
we'll do
bring that book I was telling you about, and then I can read a passage or two from a chapter you guys might like?
Wait, which
For
book?
reference,
Uh,
the medical
it's
one,
the
not
medical-
the anarchist
the
one.
Okay.
Outdated
Well,
medical book.
I've got one that's about like I've got one for women that was like the the book for women in the 1920s or 30s that you had to read before.
How to
you
be a
were
good housewife.
A proper woman, exactly. Yeah, it's basically like something about housewife. And there's the other one, which is like the medical practitioner's handbook from like the 1910s. It's wild. I can bring that for a couple of things.
God,
it's crazy.
Maybe I'll keep you posted. It depends how much work I'm gonna have to do on Friday, because if we're doing drunk science, I need to get quite shit faced. That's the enjoyment of it, is that I get really, really drunk. If I have a big day of work on the Friday, my plan was to do it on a Friday night or a Saturday night when there's no consequences.
What if we push it back to Friday night?
Yeah, what if we just push it back to a Friday?
I'll have a think about it. I'll keep you posted. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed this complete train wreck of an episode. I was going to do some cuts. I don't know if I can be bothered. I'm just going to let this be.
Just call it train wreck.
I think I might just call. I'm just going to call it like filler episode. I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to call it.
If anyone asks what Avatar D&D is like, this
is it right here. This is
show them this episode.
This is the big episode.
Also,
yeah, that's it.
I use my Twitch Prime sub thing.
Okay.
I don't know what it does. Is that good for Twitch?
Yeah, it's great for me.
Yeah,
that gives me some money.
Awesome.
It gives me a little bit of money.
Twitch Prime is awesome.
Like $3.
So I paid one of my mischiefs I did tonight. I'm like, hey, I paid for this. So I got it on track.
Oh, thank you, Timely. Timely did too. Thank you. It gives me like $3-4. So thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for the subscription. On that note, everybody, thank you so much. Stay safe, stay well. We'll see you guys on Saturday for Raft and next week for more D&D and for more train wrecks or bison wrecks. Until then, see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
See you.